marketing changing the world. It's marketing standing up for minorities, for human rights, for transgender rights, for whatever it is.
We need to think differently around ways that the marketing industry can support small and medium-sized enterprises.
Anytime that we can find a way to use our creative superpowers for good should be a win for any of us.
Now more than ever, we all need to work together and support each other.
All it takes is an idea to change the world and to change lives.
As COVID-19 pandemic health emergency continues, its economic fallout is also mounting. Many global companies are profoundly shaken. Many have had to resort to some very painful measures. Within this, what about small and medium enterprises with their ability to react? Facebook and The Drum took that concept to focus on SMEs and see if the marketing and advertising industry can have a rethink as to how these small businesses that are run by minorities operate, and how, as an industry, we can help possibly create more resilient businesses, especially in these times. So the idea was to invite a group of rising stars in the US, UK, and APAC. And then we formed 3 communities in each of these regions. All of these are mentored by an established marketeer. The idea is to use their business skill sets and find a solution to some of these small business challenges, whether it's a social campaign, a digital product, a communication strategy, a workshop base, or a combination of them all.
I worked at a small cafe that was woman-owned. Daily I watched as she built her dream up from nothing, using her grit, her determination, and her intelligence.
So I'm excited to bring what I know in my area of expertise to the table to help somebody else's business thrive.
I really do think that marketing can change the world, because I think brands and business owners, because they build that identity, they can really form a POV. And when you have that platform, people will listen.
All my life I wanted to put my skills at good, and this project seems to be the perfect opportunity to do so.
I believe we should do anything we can to help minority-owned businesses thrive and access the same opportunities as other businesses do.
I'm thrilled to be a part of this global campaign by Drums, where it is helping SMEs in this time of distress.
Being a woman in business, I see how hard it can be to get the resources and understand what you need to make your business successful.
This is about creating big impact, creative solutions for a largely underserved set of cohorts.
Change lives. And I think just because of that, that is something that I want to help out, especially with the current situation where everything you kind of see is negative.
I'm very excited to be working on this project that will hopefully change this one-dimensional idea we have of this segment.
To be able to help small businesses, be able to bring ideas and collaborate with people that you've never met an expert. So I'm looking forward to it.
I'm interested to see what our team can create and the positive impact that it will have.
Unleash that full creative prowess when you know that you have the structure in place to capitalize on whatever ideas you come up with.
How can we really genuinely think differently about this challenge and bring the industry together? So that's why I'm part of it, and I'm really looking forward to working with people from different organizations to make that happen. Let's go.
How do you help these businesses, especially use new technologies and help them grow and indeed scale their businesses?
Over the years, I've built a portfolio where I've helped companies as a chef consultant to develop platforms as well as menus to showcase elevated versions of Asian cuisine. In my experience, a lot of silver entrepreneurs as well as home-based businesses and hawkers face this challenge where the food that they make today has to be sold today. How is the silver entrepreneur going to find a delivery person to send that food out? Facebook is really good. The audience is captive, and it's very easy for people who are already using and scrolling to access the information there. Please, we need your help.
It's really exciting for me to get to work with all of you and look at this new segment and what we could do together to help this silver segment reinvent themselves.
The senior citizen cohort is particularly relevant, as in these post-COVID times, senior citizens have become some sort of a zeitgeist.
How do you see that this generation is actually super empowered? They have got all of these brilliant ideas for startups, for businesses that are not maybe getting as much exposure.
How does the pandemic play into this and COVID? Again, starting a business now, no matter what your age, is a challenge.
How do you overcome a systemic social and financial challenge while starting and indeed sustaining female-led businesses?
We're in this pandemic together, and a challenge that I had faced when we went into the lockdown, I had no resources. I had no flowers. I didn't have a garden. I wasn't growing them. So I went to the deli and I got, all the most beautiful flowers that they had. I put them together, I delivered the arrangement, and within an hour, I got a really angry email from my client. They ended up really empathizing with me and saying like, wow, like hard times, right?
I think that this project will demonstrate that the power of marketing and the collective power of insight and communications and creativity can have a significant impact on the world.
When you're in a situation that you've never been before, you're trying to venture out in this new world, you're like, I'm going to start my own business, I'm going to jump in and do it, even though I've never run my own business, but I'm willing to go there. If you lack that community that can help you navigate it has to be terrifying.
I'm surrounded by small businesses every single day as a consumer, and I just really wanted to feel like I could engage with that community and bring the expertise that we have as marketers to an industry that I personally haven't been able to engage with from a professional perspective.
What is the conversation right now around this topic? And I think it's going to be more kind of exaggerated than ever because of what's going on in the world right now. And I think that's exciting because we're going to have some tension to push against and to comment on.
Are immigrant-owned businesses the untapped potential? And if they are, what are the challenges and opportunities of migrant founders and their businesses, especially in these troubling times?
If you're not on a digital platform, if you're not embracing digital, unless you do it quickly, you won't have a business.
COVID for us has sent everything skyrocketed. When it comes to challenge, we're kind of wondering where we're going to level out. We've got no idea where things are going to level out and what is going to happen to customer behaviour.
History has demonstrated that over time, marketing is there to provide comfort, marketing is there to provide perspective, marketing is there to provide solutions, and finally, marketing is there to provide commerce.
The term immigrant, it's such a loaded word and it means 100 different things.
When there are gaps in the market, it tends to be people who identify as non-white then trying to make up the gap in the market.
What I took out from our first session was how indicative that it is that there will be many learnings that we can adapt across all the teams that we have globally.
Just having this group, you hear that those different experiences and those different personalities, and bringing that together to develop something great.
So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. In the second episode, the teams are going to present their insights, which will help shape their creative strategy. So don't forget to tune in. Thank you for watching.